In the first 4 years, they set the stage. They set the legal stage. They stacked the courts. They stacked the Supreme Court. They put everything in place to now be incredibly effective. And this is exactly where my trepidation is actually originating. They have shown to be somewhat incompetent as far as public exposure is concerned in the first 4 years. This time, they're not making the same mistake. They come prepared. And some of the preparation is evident and observable in the speed in which they actually make things happen, such as this one here. Texas offers 1,400 acres to house future detention facilities. And what's more important about this is that the easement was actually granted within 24 hours, which under normal government bureaucracy circumstances is not the case. This is incredibly quick. In other words, they are prepared. They are no longer just messing around. This is where the aforementioned trepidation comes in play. They are no longer just setting up shop. They've already done that. They may have to do some legal cleanup work here and there, but by far and large, the stage was set. And I think this is where the common misconception came in play, that many thought that Project 2025 is starting in 2025. It is supposed to be finished in 2025. So they are in full-on execution mode, and that is evidenced by thousands upon people who are ready with boots on the ground to execute, such as Don Buckingham. Having the land available is one thing. That's one of the biggest things, because the land mass needs to be ready. Then to erect fences and tents, that doesn't take that long. And I think the misconception would be, if we're expecting quality, that's not what we're going to get. We're going to get the lowest form of caging that you can possibly expect, because, as they have expressed on the front end, to them, it's just vermin. Vermin behind a fence in tents. That's the future. And I know this sounds dramatic, and this sounds as I'm just emphasizing something that hasn't happened yet. Well, 1933 hasn't happened in 1932 either, if you know what I mean. This is where we're heading. 1,400 acres made available, ready to go at the jump. That's where we are. I think this question is on many people's minds, and I do at least have a partial answer. First and foremost, I think it depends on what kind of safety you are seeking and what is truly important to you. Now, the screenshot that you're looking at is from a recent piece that I wrote. You can find the link in the bio, which is currently still under lockdown for my paying community, but I will be releasing that to everyone who's subscribed as of tonight. So if you're not there yet, again, link in the bio, sign up for free, or if you have financial availability, throw a couple of bucks my way. There is no expectation, because I do know that money is tight for many people, so I don't want to gatekeep info, but I certainly would appreciate a cup of coffee. Notwithstanding that, I segmented this out based on high-level needs, from general medical needs to reproductive rights, the rights of the LGBTQ and the BIPOC communities, as well as for occupational safety and political safety. Now, you can see that there are certain countries that are surfacing more frequently than others, and I certainly always advise that you want to look at what you believe and feel is the country most attractive to you, and then do a little bit of deep work to figure out, well, what are actually the stipulations to get there? Do you have to have a remote job that has X amount of income per month so you get a remote work visa? Or, such as the Dutch-American Friendship Treaty, which is actually not mentioned here because it's a business relationship where you invest in a Dutch company and that gets you a visa for a number of years. It's actually surprisingly affordable, again, tied to whether you have the financial availability. And this is going to be where many people have to stop short, because money is in tight supply, and 60% plus of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, which basically locks you inside the United States, which is why activism and community is so important here in the United States. At the same time, though, I do understand that people just want to get out, because we are heading in a direction that is frightening. So this is where this piece comes in, and if you do have any questions regarding any particular country, I'm more than happy to turn this into a series and dig deeper and figure out what the stipulations are for, let's just say, Iceland or Spain or Germany or what have you, and give you a little bit more information on that and hopefully be of service. There's a lot at stake, we know that. For many Americans, it's going to be an absolute first, having to make a conscious decision between staying here and taking risks and fighting, and the alternative is to seek safety elsewhere. And seeking safety then means having to pack up shop, more or less, leaving behind that which you created. And that includes, of course, also your community and your friends. And most importantly, it means having to walk away from that which you once believed in. This is the same experience that millions of people had who have come to the United States seeking exactly that which we are considering right now, which is safety elsewhere. They have left their home countries to come to the United States because it was perceived to be safe here. That will no longer be the case. And the list that I've shown you is, of course, incomplete. There's more. Your mileage may always vary. And it doesn't do away with the fact that this is going to be difficult for many, many people. And the more alliances we have, the more friendships and communities we can forge on the way out to also then give you a soft landing to wherever you go, the better it's going to be. And this is where I hope that communities like these can come in play, that we already have someone on the ground, perhaps, who you can connect with and who can show you around. Because integration in your new place that is hopefully safer than the place that we are quickly becoming, it's going to be paramount. So if there are any questions, if there's anything that I can help with, always in the comment section or directly via DM.